What if I told you? When you slam your brakes in an emergency, your car is actually braking and releasing up to 15 times per second. That's not a fault. That's your ABS system saving your life. But here's the problem. Most drivers don't even know when it fails until it's too late. In this video, you'll learn what ABS really is, how it works, step by step, every major component, and how to diagnose and fix it like a pro. Welcome back. If you want to understand your car like a pro, you're in the right place. If you are new to this channel, turn on the notification icon and subscribe. Let's dive in. ABS stands for Anti-Lock Braking System. An anti-lock braking system, ABS, is an automated safety system in vehicles that prevents wheels from locking up, ceasing rotation during hard braking, allowing the driver to maintain steering control and reduce stopping distances. By modulating brake pressure up to 20 times per second, ABS prevents skidding on slippery or dry surfaces. Why does that matter? Because when your wheels lock, you lose steering control. ABS allows your wheels to keep rotating, which means you can still steer, even under heavy braking. Think of it like this. Instead of one long skid, ABS creates rapid, controlled braking pulses. So what exactly does ABS do? Here are the key purposes. 1. Maintains steering control, prevents the wheels from skidding, which allows the driver to steer the vehicle to safety during an emergency braking event. 2. Reduces stopping distances. In most scenarios, particularly on wet or slippery roads, it helps bring the vehicle to a stop faster than locked wheels would. And lastly, prevents skidding. It prevents the vehicle from spinning or sliding sideways by keeping the wheels rotating at a speed that matches the vehicle's speed. But here's something most people don't know. ABS doesn't always shorten stopping distance. On loose surfaces like gravel, it can actually increase it slightly. But the trade-off is control, and control saves lives. To understand ABS, you need to understand its main components. Let's break them down one by one. 1. Wheel speed sensors. It is mounted on each wheel hub, or in the differential on some older systems. It constantly monitors the rotational speed of each wheel to detect rapid deceleration, which indicates an impending wheel location. Usually consists of a magnetic sensor and a toothed ring, or magnetic encoder ring, that rotates with the wheel. 2. Electronic Control Unit, ECU or ABS controller, is the brain of the ABS, receiving data from the speed sensors. If the ECU detects a wheel is slowing down much faster than the others, slipping, it analyzes this data and determines the necessary braking modulation. 3. Hydraulic Control Unit, valves, located within the brake lines, usually part of an ABS modulator unit. Its function is to modulate the brake pressure to each wheel based on commands from the ECU. Positions. They can open, pass pressure, block, isolate the brake, or release, reduce pressure, to prevent the wheel from locking. 4. ABS pump. The pump causes a distinct pulsation or vibration in the brake pedal. When the ABS valves release brake pressure to prevent lockup, the pump restores that hydraulic pressure to the brake caliper once the wheel regains traction. Brake fluid transfers the force from the hydraulic lines to the braking mechanism near the wheels. ABS warning light, a dashboard indicator that lights up if the system detects a malfunction. Electronic stability control, ESC and TCS. Modern ABS often serves as the foundation for traction control systems, TCS, and electronic stability control, ESC, which use the same sensors and pump to manage vehicle stability. Let's walk through exactly what happens when you slam the brakes. Step 1. You press the brake pedal. Step 2. Brake pressure is applied to all wheels. Step 3. Wheel speed sensors monitor rotation. Step 4. One wheel begins to lock. Step 5. ECU detects abnormal deceleration. Step 6. It sends a signal to the hydraulic unit. Step 7. Valves reduce brake pressure. Step 8. Wheel regains traction. Step 9. Pressure is reapplied. This cycle repeats up to 15 times per second. That vibration you feel in the pedal, that's ABS working. Now, how do you know your ABS system is failing? If your car's ABS module is on the blink, there are several signs to watch, for that could indicate a problem. Here's how to spot potential ABS issues before they become a more significant concern. 1. The ABS warning light comes on. The most obvious sign is the ABS warning light on your dashboard. When you start the car, the ABS light briefly illuminates, but if it stays on, something may be wrong. Sometimes, turning the ignition off and on again might clear a temporary fault. But if the light remains, you'll need a mechanic. A persistent ABS light could indicate a faulty module or another ABS component, such as the pump or sensor. In older cars without an ABS light, you might see the check engine light instead. 2. Unresponsive brake pedal. If your brake pedal starts becoming unresponsive, particularly during heavy braking, it could be a sign of a deteriorating ABS module. Initially, you might need to press the pedal a few times to engage the brakes, but as the module worsens, it could take multiple attempts to stop effectively. This issue could also be due to air in the brake lines or low brake fluid, so a mechanic should check it thoroughly. 3. Increased brake pedal effort. A fully functioning brake system requires minimal effort to slow the vehicle. If you find yourself pressing the pedal harder than usual to achieve the same braking force, there may be a problem with the ABS module. However, other issues, such as worn brake pads or a failing brake booster, could also cause this. So it's important to have a professional inspect the entire system. 4. Wheel locking or loss of traction. One of the main jobs of the ABS is to prevent your wheels from locking up under hard braking. If the ABS module is faulty, your wheels may start locking, leading to a loss of traction. This could be especially dangerous in wet conditions, as it increases the risk of skidding. 5. Unusual noises. Clicking or grinding noises while braking can also indicate ABS problems. These sounds might indicate that the module is malfunctioning or that the brakes are struggling to engage correctly. If you hear these noises, don't ignore them. Get the system checked out as soon as possible. Now let's diagnose ABS like a professional technician. 1. Scan for codes. Connect an OBD2 scanner capable of reading ABS codes to pinpoint the specific sensor or module fault. 2. Check warning lights. Confirm the ABS light and, sometimes, traction control is on, indicating a system-detected malfunction. 3. Inspect sensors and wiring. Visually check wheel speed sensors for dirt, debris, or damaged wiring, especially near the wheels. 4. Test sensor signals. Use a multimeter or live data from a scanner to ensure the ABS module receives accurate signals from all 4 wheel speed sensors. 5. Check fuses and relays. Verify the ABS pump and module fuses, often a 40-amp fuse for the pump, are not blown. 6. Check reluctor ring. Inspect the sensor ring, reluctor ring on the wheel hub for rust, corrosion, or breakage, which can cause false readings. Fixing ABS depends on the fault. Here are common solutions after diagnosing the ABS system in your car. 1. Replace faulty wheel speed sensor. 2. Repair damaged wiring. 3. Clean or replace tone ring. 4. Replace ABS module if failed. 5. Bleed brake system. Noted. Never ignore the ABS warning light. Even if your brakes still work, your safety system might not. Now, you understand one of the most important safety systems in your car. ABS isn't just technology, it's control when you need it most. If you found this helpful, hit like, subscribe, and share with someone who drives. And if you want to master modern car systems, check the next video on your screen.